Right now, as you're watching this video, you might be doing something that's slowly destroying your health. And the terrifying part? You think it's completely normal. You think it's just part of getting older. But I'm about to show you 7 everyday habits that millions of seniors do without a second thought. Habits that doctors see every single day in their offices, that are silently stealing years from your life. I'm Dr. Morgan, and in my 17 years as a geriatric physician, I've watched patients make the same preventable mistakes over and over again. These aren't obvious dangers like smoking or excessive drinking. These are things your friends do, things you see other seniors doing, things that seem so harmless that you'd never suspect they're accelerating your aging process and setting you up for serious health problems. Number 4 on this list is something 70% of people over 65 do every single morning, thinking it's healthy. It's not. It's destroying their bones, their balance, and their independence. And number 1? When I tell you what it is, you're going to look around your home right now and realize you've been making this mistake for years without knowing it. But here's the good news. Every single one of these habits can be changed starting today. And the changes are simple, free, and will make you feel dramatically better within weeks. Critical medical disclaimer. This video provides educational health information based on current medical research and clinical practice. It is not a substitute for personalized medical advice from your physician. Individual health conditions vary significantly. Before making any changes to your diet, exercise routine, or medication schedule, consult your healthcare provider. What's beneficial for one person may not be appropriate for another. All research studies and medical recommendations referenced are cited in the description for your review. Before we dive into these 7 dangerous habits, I need you to do 3 things right now. First, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I release videos every week specifically designed to help people over 65 stay healthy, independent, and thriving. Second, smash that like button because it helps more seniors discover this potentially life-saving information. And third, grab a pen and paper or open your notes app because you're going to want to write these down. Also, drop a comment right now telling me your age. I'm curious to know the age range of people watching this, and it helps me create better content for you. Are you 65? 75? 85? Tell me below. Now let's get into habit number 7, and I promise you, this one is going to surprise you because almost everyone thinks they're doing the right thing. Habit number 7, sitting or lying down immediately after eating. This seems completely normal, right? You finish your meal, you're full and comfortable, and you sit down to relax or watch television. Maybe you even take a little nap. Everyone does it. It's natural to want to rest after eating, but here's what's actually happening inside your body when you do this, and why it's so dangerous, especially after 65. When you sit or lie down immediately after a meal, you're working directly against your digestive system. Gravity is a huge part of healthy digestion. When you're upright, gravity helps food move through your stomach and into your intestines in the proper direction. When you sit or lie down, especially within 30 minutes of eating, you create several serious problems. First, you dramatically increase your risk of acid reflux and GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. When you're horizontal or even semi-reclined, stomach acid can flow back up into your esophagus. This isn't just uncomfortable. Chronic acid reflux damages the lining of your esophagus and increases your risk of esophageal cancer. Research published in the American Journal of Gastroenterology found that people who lie down within 3 hours of eating have significantly higher rates of nighttime reflux and esophageal damage. Second, sitting immediately after eating slows your entire digestive process. Your stomach takes longer to empty. Food sits in your digestive tract fermenting, creating gas, bloating, and discomfort. Over time, this chronic slow digestion leads to constipation, a problem that affects over 40% of seniors and contributes to serious complications including bowel obstructions and fecal impaction. Third, and this is critical for diabetics or pre-diabetics, sitting right after eating causes more dramatic blood sugar spikes. When you remain sedentary after a meal, your muscles don't help absorb glucose from your bloodstream. This forces your pancreas to work harder to produce insulin, and over time, contributes to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes progression. A fascinating study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology tracked older adults and found that those who took a gentle 10 to 15-minute walk after meals had significantly better blood sugar control and lower rates of diabetes complications compared to those who sat immediately after eating. So what should you do instead? After every meal, stay upright and gently active for at least 30 minutes. This doesn't mean vigorous exercise. A slow walk around your home or yard is perfect. Even just standing and doing light activity, washing dishes, putting things away, is beneficial. The key is staying vertical and moving gently. If you must sit, sit fully upright in a chair, not reclined, for at least 30 minutes after eating. Never lie down or take a nap within 3 hours of a meal. This single change can dramatically improve your digestion, reduce reflux, help control blood sugar, and increase your energy levels. Try this starting today and notice the difference. I guarantee within 1 week you'll feel less bloated, sleep better, and have more consistent energy throughout the day. But as dangerous as this habit is, it's nothing compared to habit number 6. This one is literally dehydrating your body and damaging your kidneys, and you probably do it multiple times every single day. Habit number 6. Replacing water with coffee, tea, or other beverages throughout the day. Let me ask you something. How many glasses of plain water did you drink yesterday? Not coffee, not tea, not juice, just water. If you're like most seniors I see in my practice, the answer is probably 2 or fewer. Some people tell me they go entire days without drinking plain water at all. But Dr. Morgan, they say, I drink plenty of fluids. I have my coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon, maybe some juice or soda. I'm getting fluids. Here's the problem with that thinking, and why it's so dangerous after 65. First, let's talk about dehydration in seniors. As you age, your body's ability to conserve water decreases. Your kidneys become less efficient. Your sense of thirst becomes less reliable. You might be significantly dehydrated and not feel thirsty at all. Research from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that up to 40% of seniors admitted to emergency rooms are dehydrated, and many of them had no idea. Chronic mild dehydration, the kind you don't even notice, causes serious problems. It thickens your blood, making you more prone to blood clots and strokes. It reduces kidney function, leading to kidney disease progression. It causes constipation, urinary tract infections, confusion, falls, and fatigue that people dismiss as just getting older. Now, about that coffee and tea. Yes, they contain water, but they also contain caffeine, which is a diuretic. That means caffeine makes you urinate more, causing you to lose more fluid than you're taking in. One study found that for every cup of coffee you drink, you need to drink an additional half cup of water just to break even on hydration status. And here's something most people don't know. Caffeine in older adults has a stronger and longer-lasting effect than in younger people. Your body metabolizes caffeine more slowly after 65. That morning coffee is still affecting you in the afternoon. That afternoon tea is still in your system at bedtime, disrupting your sleep, which creates a vicious cycle because poor sleep makes you crave more caffeine the next day. Juice and soda are even worse. They're loaded with sugar, which causes blood sugar spikes and crashes, contributes to weight gain, and actually increases inflammation throughout your body. Diet sodas aren't better. Artificial sweeteners have been linked to increased stroke risk and changes in gut bacteria that affect your overall health. So what's the solution? You need to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of plain water every day. Not coffee, not tea, water. Here's how to make this happen. First thing in the morning, before your coffee, drink a full glass of water. Your body is dehydrated after sleeping all night. Starting your day with water instead of jumping straight to caffeine makes an enormous difference in how you feel all day. Keep a water bottle or glass of water visible at all times. Put one on your kitchen counter, one by your chair, one on your nightstand. Visual reminders work. Set alarms on your phone. Every 2 hours during the day, an alarm goes off reminding you to drink water. Drink a full glass each time. If you don't like plain water, add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a few berries. This adds flavor without sugar or chemicals. Here's a test. Check your urine color. It should be pale yellow, almost clear. If it's dark yellow or amber, you're dehydrated and need to drink more water immediately. Make this change today. Drink a glass of water right now, before you finish watching this video. Then set up your system for drinking water throughout the day. Within 3 days, you'll notice you have more energy, less brain fog, and better digestion. Within 2 weeks, your skin will look better. You'll have fewer headaches, and you'll feel genuinely different. Before we continue to habit 5, if you're finding this information valuable, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps more seniors discover this content. And make sure you're subscribed because habits 5 through 1 are even more critical, and you need to hear all of them. Now let's talk about habit number 5, and this is one that's destroying your posture, your breathing, and even your mood without you realizing it. Habit number 5, spending hours each day with your head tilted forward, looking at your phone, tablet, or television. Look at your posture right now as you're watching this video. Is your head pushed forward? Are your shoulders rounded? Is your chin jutting out? If you're watching on a phone or tablet, I guarantee your posture is terrible right now. And if you're like most people over 65, you spend 4 to 6 hours every day in this position, slowly destroying your neck, spine, and overall health. This posture problem is called forward head posture or tech neck, and it's become an epidemic among seniors. Here's why it's so dangerous. For every inch your head moves forward from its natural position over your shoulders, it adds 10 pounds of stress to your neck and upper back muscles. The average human head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. When properly aligned over your spine, your neck muscles can support it easily. But when your head is pushed forward even 2 inches, which is very common when looking at screens, your neck is now supporting 30 to 40 pounds of weight. That's like carrying a bowling ball on your neck all day, every day. This chronic strain causes several serious problems. First, chronic neck pain, shoulder pain, and upper back pain. This isn't mild discomfort. This is debilitating pain that limits your activities and quality of life. Second, headaches, often daily, caused by the constant tension in your neck and shoulder muscles. Third, reduced lung capacity. When your head is forward and your shoulders are rounded, your rib cage can't expand properly. You literally cannot take a full, deep breath. Research has shown that forward head posture can reduce lung capacity by up to 30%. Fourth, and this is critical, balance problems. Your balance system relies on proper alignment between your head, neck, and spine. When your head is chronically forward, your balance center in your inner ear gets confused signals. This increases fall risk dramatically. And fifth, research is now showing connections between forward head posture and increased risk of depression and anxiety. Your posture affects your mood. When you're physically folded forward, your brain interprets this as a defeated, depressed posture, which actually influences your emotional state. A landmark study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science found that seniors with forward head posture had significantly higher rates of falls, reduced mobility, chronic pain, and lower self-reported quality of life compared to those with better posture. So how do you fix this? First, awareness. Multiple times throughout the day, check your posture. Set alarms if you need to. Ask yourself, is my head directly over my shoulders? Am I looking straight ahead or down? Are my shoulders back or rounded forward? The correct posture. Your ears should be directly over your shoulders. Your shoulders should be back and down, not hunched forward. Your chin should be level, not jutting forward. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. When using your phone or tablet, bring the device up to eye level instead of dropping your head down to look at it. Yes, your arms might get tired. That's the point. The tiredness reminds you not to spend hours on your device. When watching television, make sure the screen is at eye level. If your TV is too low, you're forcing your head forward and down for hours. Raise your TV or get a stand that brings it to proper height. Do neck stretches and strengthening exercises daily. A simple one. Sitting or standing tall, gently pull your head straight back, giving yourself a double chin, like you're trying to push your head through a wall behind you. Hold for 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times. Do this 3 times per day. This strengthens the muscles that hold your head in proper alignment. Another exercise, shoulder blade squeezes. Pull your shoulder blades together behind you as if you're trying to hold a pencil between them. Hold for 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times. This counteracts the rounded shoulder posture. Make these changes starting today. Set a timer for every 30 minutes. When it goes off, check and correct your posture. Within 2 weeks, you'll notice less pain, better breathing, more energy, and improved balance. But as important as posture is, habit number 4 is even more dangerous because it's directly weakening your bones and increasing your risk of the injury that sends more seniors to nursing homes than almost any other: hip fractures. Comment below right now and tell me, how many hours a day do you spend looking at screens? Be honest. This helps me understand my audience better. Habit number 4. Avoiding sun exposure completely or always wearing sunscreen when outdoors. Now before you click away thinking I'm telling you to get skin cancer, hear me out. This is nuanced and critically important for your health. For the past 3 decades, we've been told to avoid the sun at all costs. Wear sunscreen every day. Cover up completely. Stay in the shade. And yes, excessive sun exposure does increase skin cancer risk. That's true. But the pendulum has swung so far in the other direction that we've created a new health crisis: widespread vitamin D deficiency in seniors, which is catastrophically bad for your health. Do neck stretches and strengthening exercises daily. A simple one. Sitting or standing tall, gently pull your head straight back, giving yourself a double chin, like you're trying to push your head through a wall behind you. Hold for 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times. Do this 3 times per day. This strengthens the muscles that hold your head in proper alignment. Another exercise, shoulder blade squeezes. Pull your shoulder blades together behind you as if you're trying to hold a pencil between them. Hold for 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times. This counteracts the rounded shoulder posture. Make these changes starting today. Set a timer for every 30 minutes. When it goes off, check and correct your posture. Within 2 weeks, you'll notice less pain, better breathing, more energy, and improved balance. But as important as posture is, habit number 4 is even more dangerous because it's directly weakening your bones and increasing your risk of the injury that sends more seniors to nursing homes than almost any other: hip fractures. Comment below right now and tell me, How many hours a day do you spend looking at screens? Be honest. This helps me understand my audience better. Habit number 4. Avoiding sun exposure completely or always wearing sunscreen when outdoors. Now before you click away thinking I'm telling you to get skin cancer, hear me out. This is nuanced and critically important for your health. For the past 3 decades, we've been told to avoid the sun at all costs. Wear sunscreen every day. Cover up completely. Stay in the shade. And yes, excessive sun exposure does increase skin cancer risk. That's true. But the pendulum has swung so far in the other direction that we've created a new health crisis: widespread vitamin D deficiency in seniors, which is catastrophically bad for your health. Here are the facts. Vitamin D isn't actually a vitamin. It's a hormone that your body produces when sunlight hits your skin. Specifically, UVB rays trigger vitamin D production. You cannot get adequate vitamin D from food alone. Supplements help, but they don't work as well as natural sun-produced vitamin D. Your body needs regular, moderate sun exposure to maintain healthy vitamin D levels. Approximately 75% of adults over 65 are vitamin D deficient. This is a massive public health crisis that nobody's talking about. Why? Because vitamin D deficiency has catastrophic health consequences. First, bone health. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption. Without adequate vitamin D, you cannot absorb calcium from food, no matter how much calcium you consume. This leads directly to osteoporosis, weak bones, and fractures. Research from the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that seniors with vitamin D deficiency had triple the rate of hip fractures compared to those with adequate levels. Hip fractures in seniors are devastating. 20% of people who fracture a hip die within 1 year. Half never regain their previous level of independence. Many end up in nursing homes permanently. And vitamin D deficiency is a major preventable cause. Second, immune function. Vitamin D is crucial for your immune system. Deficiency increases your risk of respiratory infections, including flu and pneumonia, which are leading causes of death in seniors. Multiple studies have shown that adequate vitamin D levels reduce infection rates and severity. Third, muscle strength and balance. Vitamin D deficiency causes muscle weakness, which directly increases fall risk. Studies have shown that vitamin D supplementation in deficient seniors reduces fall rates by up to 20%. Fourth, cognitive function. Research is increasingly linking vitamin D deficiency to cognitive decline and dementia. A major study following thousands of seniors for over 5 years found that those with severe vitamin D deficiency had double the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Fifth, mood and depression. Vitamin D affects neurotransmitter production in your brain. Deficiency is strongly correlated with depression, especially seasonal affective disorder. Many seniors who think they're depressed are actually just severely vitamin D deficient. So what's the solution? You need regular, moderate sun exposure on bare skin. Here's the specific recommendation from dermatologists and endocrinologists who've studied this carefully. 2 to 3 times per week, expose your arms and legs to direct sunlight for 10 to 15 minutes, without sunscreen, during mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Not midday sun, which is too intense. Not for hours, which causes damage. Just 10 to 15 minutes of moderate sun exposure on bare skin. If you have very fair skin or a history of skin cancer, reduce this to 5 to 10 minutes. If you have darker skin, you may need 20 to 30 minutes because darker skin requires more sun exposure to produce the same amount of vitamin D. After your vitamin D production time, then apply sunscreen if you're staying outside longer. Or cover up with clothing. The key is getting that initial exposure for vitamin D production before you protect your skin. Also, have your doctor check your vitamin D level with a simple blood test. Your level should be at least 30 nanograms per milliliter, though many experts recommend 40 to 60 for optimal health. If you're deficient, you'll need supplementation while you work on getting regular sun exposure. Take a vitamin D3 supplement, not D2, which is less effective. D3. The dose depends on your current level, but many seniors need 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily. Always take vitamin D with a meal containing fat, because it's a fat-soluble vitamin and won't be absorbed without dietary fat. This is such a simple change that can have profound effects on your bone strength, immune function, mood, and longevity. Starting today, commit to getting outside for 10 to 15 minutes of sun exposure on your arms and legs 3 times this week. Make it a habit, and get your vitamin D level tested at your next doctor's appointment. Now we're halfway through the 7 dangerous habits, and the next 3 are even more critical. But before we continue, I need you to do something. Subscribe to this channel right now if you haven't already. We release evidence-based health content for seniors every single week, and you don't want to miss it. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video that could genuinely improve your health and quality of life. Also, share this video with one senior you care about. Text them the link right now. This information could prevent them from developing serious health problems. Don't keep it to yourself. Now let's talk about habit number 3, and this one is causing medication errors that send thousands of seniors to the hospital every single year. Habit number 3, taking your medications with whatever beverage is handy, coffee, tea, juice, milk, instead of plain water. This seems like it shouldn't matter, right? You need to swallow your pill. There's coffee sitting right there. What's the difference? The difference can be dramatic, and in some cases, life-threatening. Different beverages interact with different medications in ways that can either reduce the medication's effectiveness, making it not work at all, or increase absorption, causing dangerous overdose effects. Let me give you specific examples that affect millions of seniors. Grapefruit juice. This is the most well-known but still commonly ignored interaction. Grapefruit juice contains compounds that block enzymes in your intestines that break down certain medications. This means more of the drug gets into your bloodstream, causing an accidental overdose. Medications affected by grapefruit juice include many statins for cholesterol, blood pressure medications, anti-anxiety medications, immunosuppressants, and many others. One glass of grapefruit juice can increase drug levels by 200 to 300%. This can cause serious side effects, including muscle breakdown, liver damage, kidney failure, and irregular heart rhythms. A case report in the American Journal of Medicine documented a 73-year-old woman who developed severe muscle breakdown requiring hospitalization because she was taking her statin medication every morning with grapefruit juice. She had no idea this was dangerous. Milk and calcium-fortified juices interfere with antibiotic absorption, particularly tetracyclines and fluoroquinolones. The calcium binds to the antibiotic in your stomach, creating a compound that can't be absorbed. You take your medication, but it doesn't work. Your infection doesn't get treated. This is why antibiotics often say take on an empty stomach or don't take with dairy products. Coffee and tea contain compounds that can interfere with iron absorption, thyroid medication absorption, and osteoporosis medications like alendronate. The tannins in tea and coffee bind to these medications, preventing absorption. Alcohol, even in small amounts, dangerously interacts with dozens of medications including pain relievers, diabetes medications, blood pressure medications, and sleep aids. The interactions can cause liver damage, stomach bleeding, dangerous blood sugar drops, excessive sedation, and falls. Here's another critical issue. Temperature. Taking medications with hot beverages can actually alter some medications' chemical structure or cause protective coatings to break down prematurely in your stomach instead of your intestines, leading to stomach irritation or altered absorption. So what's the solution? Unless your pharmacist or doctor specifically tells you otherwise, take all medications with a full 8-ounce glass of plain, room-temperature water. Nothing else. Not coffee, not tea, not juice, not milk, just water. Take medications at least 2 hours before or 2 hours after drinking coffee, tea, or milk. This ensures the beverages don't interfere with absorption. Read the medication information sheet that comes with every prescription. It lists specific foods and beverages to avoid. Actually read it, don't throw it away. If you're on multiple medications, ask your pharmacist to review all of them together for potential interactions, including food and beverage interactions. Pharmacists are medication experts and can catch dangerous combinations your doctor might miss. Never take medications with alcohol. Ever. Even if you think it's just one pill and just one drink, the potential consequences aren't worth the risk. Keep a list of all your medications, including over-the-counter drugs and supplements, and review it with your doctor and pharmacist at every appointment. Ask specifically about food and beverage interactions. This simple change, taking medications only with plain water, can prevent dangerous interactions, ensure your medications work properly, and keep you out of the hospital. It costs nothing and takes no extra time. There's no reason not to do it. Starting today, get into this habit. Fill a glass of water whenever it's time for medications. Keep a water bottle next to where you store your medications as a reminder. Within a week, this will become automatic. Now we're getting to the final 3 habits, and these are the most dangerous because they affect multiple body systems simultaneously. Habit number 2 is destroying your metabolism, your sleep, your weight, and your longevity. And most seniors have no idea they're doing it. Drop a comment right now telling me, do you take your medications with water, or do you use whatever's handy? Be honest. This helps me understand what information is most needed. Habit number 2. Eating the same small limited diet every single day, thinking you're being healthy by keeping portions small and eating simple foods. I see this constantly in my practice. Seniors who eat the same breakfast every morning, usually something simple like toast and coffee. The same lunch every day, maybe a sandwich. The same dinner, some protein and a vegetable. They keep portions small because they've been told not to overeat. They stick to familiar foods they know how to prepare. They think they're doing everything right. They're not. They're slowly starving themselves of essential nutrients while simultaneously destroying their metabolism. Let me explain why this is so dangerous. First, monotonous eating leads to nutritional deficiencies. Even if you're eating healthy foods, if you eat the same limited variety every day, you're missing out on essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytonutrients that your body needs. Different foods contain different nutrients. A diet that rotates through a wide variety of vegetables, fruits, proteins, and grains ensures you get comprehensive nutrition. A diet that's the same every day guarantees you're getting too much of some things and not nearly enough of others. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that seniors who ate greater dietary variety had better nutritional status, stronger immune function, and lower mortality rates compared to those who ate repetitive, limited diets. Second, eating too little is just as dangerous as eating too much. Many seniors restrict their portions because they're worried about weight gain or because their appetite is decreased. But your body needs adequate calories and protein to maintain muscle mass, support immune function, and fuel daily activities. When you chronically undereat, your body starts breaking down muscle tissue for energy. This accelerates sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, which leads directly to weakness, falls, and loss of independence. Studies show that protein requirements actually increase as you age. You need more protein after 65, not less, to maintain muscle mass. Most seniors eat far too little protein. You should be getting 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal, which is about the size of a deck of cards of meat, fish, or poultry, or a cup of Greek yogurt, or 3 eggs. Third, monotonous eating destroys your gut microbiome diversity. Your gut contains trillions of bacteria that affect your digestion, immune function, mental health, and overall well-being. These bacteria thrive on dietary variety. When you eat the same foods every day, you're only feeding certain bacterial species while starving others. This leads to an imbalanced microbiome, which contributes to digestive problems, inflammation, weakened immunity, and even cognitive decline. Fourth, restrictive eating often leads to nutrient timing problems. Many seniors eat a small breakfast, small lunch, then most of their calories at dinner. This is backward. Your body needs fuel during the day when you're active. Front-loading your calories, eating a substantial breakfast and lunch, then a lighter dinner, aligns with your body's natural metabolism and improves energy, blood sugar control, and sleep quality. So what should you do instead? Eat a variety of colorful foods throughout the week. Your plate should look like a rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple foods. Different colors indicate different phytonutrients and antioxidants. Challenge yourself to eat 30 different plants per week. This includes vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, seeds, herbs, and spices. It sounds like a lot, but it's achievable with planning. Eat enough. Don't restrict calories excessively. Unless you're significantly overweight and under a doctor's supervised weight loss plan, you need adequate calories to maintain health. Most senior women need 1,600 to 2,000 calories daily. Most senior men need 2,000 to 2,400 calories daily. These aren't excessive amounts. Prioritize protein at every meal. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This supports muscle maintenance and keeps you feeling full and energized. Front-load your calories. Eat a substantial breakfast and lunch. Make dinner your smallest meal. This aligns with your body's natural circadian rhythm and metabolism. Include fermented foods for gut health. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and other fermented foods support your microbiome diversity. Plan your meals. Don't just eat the same thing because it's easy. Take 10 minutes on Sunday to plan diverse meals for the week. This ensures variety and proper nutrition. This isn't about complicated cooking or exotic ingredients. It's about deliberately choosing variety and adequacy over restriction and repetition. Your body will thank you with more energy, better digestion, stronger immunity, and maintained muscle mass. Implement this change starting this week. Make a list of 10 different breakfasts, 10 different lunches, and 10 different dinners that you enjoy and can prepare. Rotate through them. Notice how much better you feel when you're properly nourished. Now we've reached number 1, the most dangerous habit of all. This habit affects your brain, your balance, your social connections, and your safety. And when I tell you what it is, you're going to realize you're probably doing it right now. Before I reveal it, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that button and turn on notifications. Also, like this video if you found it helpful so far, and share it with other seniors who need this information. Now, here's the number 1 most dangerous habit that seniors think is completely normal. Habit number 1. Gradually reducing your social activities and interactions, staying home more, seeing friends less often, and withdrawing from hobbies and community involvement because you think it's just part of getting older or because going out feels like too much effort. This is the most dangerous habit on this entire list, and I'm going to explain why in terms that will shock you. Social isolation and loneliness in seniors is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes per day in terms of health risk. That's not an exaggeration. That's from research published in Perspectives on Psychological Science that analyzed data from over 300,000 people. Chronic loneliness and social isolation increase your risk of premature death by 26 to 32%. Let me put that in perspective. Obesity increases mortality risk by about 20%. Social isolation is more dangerous than obesity. Here's what happens when you gradually withdraw from social contact. First, cognitive decline accelerates dramatically. Your brain needs stimulation. Conversations, social interactions, new experiences, these things keep your brain active and build cognitive reserve. When you withdraw socially, your brain literally starts to atrophy faster. Research has shown that socially isolated seniors have double the rate of cognitive decline and dramatically higher rates of dementia compared to socially engaged seniors. Second, physical health deteriorates. Socially isolated seniors have higher rates of heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, and weakened immune function. Why? Because loneliness triggers chronic stress responses in your body. Your body produces stress hormones that increase inflammation, raise blood pressure, and suppress immune function. Day after day, month after month, this chronic stress damages your cardiovascular system and overall health. Third, mental health suffers. Depression and anxiety rates are dramatically higher in socially isolated seniors. This creates a vicious cycle. You feel depressed, so you don't want to go out, which makes you more isolated, which makes you more depressed. Fourth, functional decline accelerates. When you stop going out, stop engaging in activities, stop doing things, your physical abilities decline rapidly. You become weaker, more unsteady, less confident. This increases fall risk and loss of independence. It's a use it or lose it situation with your physical and cognitive abilities. Fifth, mortality risk skyrockets. Numerous studies have shown that socially connected seniors live significantly longer than isolated seniors, even controlling for other health factors. Social connection is literally life-extending. Now here's the insidious part of this habit. It happens gradually. You don't suddenly become a hermit. You just slowly start declining invitations. You stop calling friends as often. You drop out of your book club or church group or volunteer work. Each individual decision seems reasonable. You're tired. It's raining. You don't feel like driving. Your friends are busy. But over months and years, these small withdrawals add up to complete isolation. And by the time you realize you're lonely and isolated, you've lost the social connections and habits that protected you. So what's the solution? You must deliberately maintain and build social connections as a non-negotiable health practice, just like taking your medications or eating vegetables. Set a minimum standard, at least 3 meaningful social interactions per week. These can be phone calls, video chats, in-person visits, group activities, anything where you're genuinely connecting with another person. Put these on your calendar like doctor's appointments. Treat them as mandatory for your health, because they are. Stay involved in at least one regular group activity. A weekly exercise class, a volunteer organization, a religious community, a hobby group, whatever interests you. The key is regular, scheduled interaction with the same people over time. This builds deeper connections and accountability. Reach out to one person every single day. Text, call, email. Keep your social connections active. Don't wait for other people to reach out to you. Be proactive about maintaining relationships. Say yes to invitations, even when you don't feel like it. Force yourself to go. You'll almost always be glad you did once you're there. The hardest part is getting yourself out the door. Use technology to stay connected if you can't get out easily. Video calls with family and friends. Online communities. Social media groups for people with shared interests. Technology isn't a substitute for in-person connection, but it's infinitely better than isolation. Consider getting a pet if you're able to care for one. Dogs in particular force you to go outside daily, provide companionship, and are conversation starters that help you meet other people. Studies show that pet owners have better health outcomes and lower rates of depression than non-pet owners. If you're already isolated and don't know how to reconnect, start small. Call your local senior center and ask about activities. They exist specifically to help seniors stay socially engaged. Join a walking group. Volunteer at a library or hospital. Take a class at a community college. The specific activity matters less than the regular social contact it provides. Understand that maintaining social connections is health-critical maintenance, not optional leisure. You wouldn't skip taking your blood pressure medication because you didn't feel like it. Don't skip social activities for the same reason. Your life literally depends on staying connected. So there you have it, 7 habits that seem completely normal but are silently destroying your health. Comment one new thing you learned or if you have been practicing these since. Give us a like and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video.